Hi everyone, it's Mike with Crane Realty. We're at the start of a new month. Happy April to everyone out there. We're going to review last month's inventory new listings as far as what it looked like for the month of March 2022. And that should hopefully provide for a lot of you out there, whether you're buying or selling. What does the market look like? What is that trajectory as far as new homes coming on the market? And with actual data that can help you in understanding the trends of the market and kind of where things are going. So without much delay, let's get right into it. So right here, what we're going to be looking at, I always do a 10-year window. Down below, new listings, and then I like a month view. Kind of lays things out quite nicely that way. And I selected Ontario County because we're in the Rochester and Finger Lakes area. Just looking at Ontario County to give us a good understanding of where we are in that area. Again, for chart, last 10 years this looks something like this. You can see the high peaks in the summertime and then the lows in, usually that's December, when things are in the back swing of the market. Going to data, we can take a quick brief look at 2012 to 2017 in March. Pretty much gets past the threshold of 200, 264 in 2016. That's a lot of inventory for March. 220 for 2017. So now looking here, we were actually able to get right at 200 new listings for Ontario County last month in March, which is really encouraging considering the previous month we actually had 165. Again, that's COVID, really in the thick of the whole pandemic situation. The month before, or excuse me, the year before, 2020, March, some might remember it was actually late March. I believe it was like a Monday, March 20th or 22nd, when the whole kind of shutdown took place. So it was already kind of starting to have a little bit of effect. You could see February, I mean, even January, we're 200 plus, 200 plus, and then all of a sudden the bottom kind of fell out a little bit. Now fast forwarding a little bit, this is a good trend. I was really worried. February had the fourth fewest amount of new listings for any month within this 5-year window that we're looking at, but we're clearly on the uptick, and it really did feel like March had a lot more listings, which is great for buyers to look at, but for a lot of sellers in this time period, I noticed that aggressiveness carried over. So there was more listings, but that amount of aggressiveness for buyers carried over as well. Perhaps some of the buyers didn't need to be as aggressive, but for the most part, it worked out for the sellers all the same. I'm anticipating for April we will get north of 200, and most likely will be at or breaking over last year's 2021. Like I did in the last video, I'm also going to take a short look at another location. I believe I did Victor in February. Now I'm going to take a look at Phelps. I know Phelps is a little town. I love Phelps, beautiful location out there. Population density is small, so we're going to see some pretty drastic numbers compared to a Victor, right? So that's kind of what it looks like via the chart. Let's look at data. A lot of teens, a lot of single digits here. All right, that's kind of with a buyer's market when things are a little bit healthier, and then wow, just single digits pretty much. So again, Phelps, beautiful location. A lot of my buyers, sometimes they tend to be first-time homeowners or retirees that like that peaceful lifestyle. And certainly, I know a lot of people talk about the school district as far as Mid-Lake schools and being very desirable. Let's see here. So January, they had 4 listings. February, 3 listings, pretty much the same. And then we doubled. I know it's hard to lean into that and be like, wow, that's a lot more new listings. It is an uptick. It is a positive trend. And you can actually see that same trend reflect a little bit over here too. I mean, we're only 2 away from trying to mirror the results of last March. And then it ticked down, and then we kind of stabilized a May, June, and July, where you'll see your plethora of new listings hitting the market. So if you are in the Mid-Lake School District and you're wondering, man, January, February, March, why is this so hard? It's really because there isn't a lot of inventory. I mean, if you're like, man, Phelps specifically, usually it's Phelps and Clifton Springs because combined makes the school district of Mid Lakes, in parts of Manchester. But if you've been looking in February, I mean, you've only gotten 3 search results, possibly depending on the criteria. So March hopefully is a little bit more encouraging, and I'm certainly thinking April is going to make another improvement for that as well. So hopefully this data was good for you and informative. If so, feel free to give that video a thumbs up and make sure to click the subscribe button. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your month, and we'll be in touch.